And all cool stuff.
And now for the weird shit.
All this stuff is absolutely wonderful.
So, action combat. You'll know that I care about this.
Action movie. Yes.
Because of, good old bit of Who Killed Captain Alex. You'll know that I care about this because of all of the, like, WoW as an action game, like, controller setups and things I've done in the past. So this one's cool to me. Basically, action combat mode, which you can toggle right now via /console soft target enemy 3, but only, of course, if you're in the alpha. It will make it so that the game automatically targets enemies as you approach them. And that means that you don't have to target them yourself, you just hit your button. And functionally in-game, what this means is when you log in and you move your character, let's just say Matt is an enemy and I'm looking here, right?
That's me, yeah.
That's
true.
Move like this, at a certain point, I go, and
I become the enemy.
Yeah, and then you will automatically be targeted, such that whenever I cast Frostbolt, it just goes at you.
Yes.
Right? So you don't have to tab target anymore.
You probably do want to.
Oh no, there's a big asterisk on this.
Yes.
You can tab target, but the way that this will work, so let's just say Matt is enemy 1 and you are enemy 2. Right? So if I look at Matt, I will automatically target him. Yep. If I look at you, I'll automatically target you, which is really quite a feat considering how far away you are.
And that means we're allies.
There you go. You two are allies. Congratulations.
By time.
Right. All that without tab targeting. Now, what's funny is this is something I think some tanks use, but it's very much unused. It's called scan targeting. It's already in the game. Where if you hold the scan target key, it will give you a little preview of the thing that's in front of you, and then when you release your scan target key, it will target that thing. This is basically the same tech, but it just automatically goes ahead and targets. And what this essentially means, if you're playing WoW and, let's just say you're a warrior and you're using a console gamepad, right? And believe me, it might be confusing to you, but it is possible. It's natively supported in-game, and the console port add-on gives it a brilliant UI that feels real slick. So you just walk up to a mob, kill it. Walk up to another mob, kill it. You're fighting two mobs, you just hit your buttons. You don't have to worry about targeting. Now, of course, you can tab target if you want. Overall, then, this actually feels really good in world content. It's a nice little addition. And they will be doing an interface option. Now, something that I think comes along with this, too, is a generic interact key. This is so fucking big.
You may think we are losing our marbles by being excited about what are just some basic interface features, but this shit is full on. This game is so much easier and nicer to play with this interact key, because I started using the FF14 one a lot, and it's absolutely amazing not having to click shit.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Because from my perspective, right, put it this way, I used to use a 60% keyboard, Vortex Poker 3, and I would just do everything so that I never had to touch my mouse. That was just the way that I was with my productivity shit in computer. But for me, it's always annoying, your character wants to use a node in front of you, like an herb or something. Okay, gotta grab your mouse. You gotta go, you gotta drag your hand, drag the mouse. It's so much effort in clicking the thing. Maybe overemphasizing for dramatic effect. But it takes time to move your hand and click in the thing. With this situation, it's automatically, whatever it is in front of you that you can interact with is automatically highlighted by the game. You just press the F key and your character will do it. So instead of flying down to a mining node, getting off your mount, and right-clicking in the node, you dismount and hit the F key and your character will automatically go and interact with the thing. If you walk up to an NPC, you just use the interact key, and you'll talk to that NPC without having to click on them. That's just nicer. It's just way nicer. It's spamming G in Lost Ark. Like pressing E to open a door in a game. In Guild Wars 2, you want to talk to an NPC? Use the F key. Want to pick up the herb that's in front of you? Use the F key. That's just the way that it is. It is so much nicer. It definitely also does make the game a lot more gamepad friendly. Because the one thing whenever using a gamepad setup that can be kind of annoying, and the developer Monk of Console Port has done as much as he can, and I think he'd be very happy about this feature. But with a console, controller, man, having an interact key is just so much nicer than having to manually, grab a cursor and then move a cursor with a joystick, which doesn't feel good. The other thing then is press and hold casting, which currently only supports keyboard hotkeys.
Yeah.
If you're using the mouse or if it's a macro or an item, it won't work. But imagine I have Frostbolt bound to the 1 key in my keyboard. If I was to hold 1, for the duration of me holding 1, my character would repeatedly cast Frostbolt.
Yeah, which is absolutely beautiful for me. Because I no longer have to smash my 1 key, like this finger has no value to me whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
Because, well, less so because I don't use Blessed Hammer anymore. But that was what destroyed.
Oh, of course.
That's what destroyed me playing Legion was
Yeah,
high haste
yeah.
prop pal and Blessed Hammer just tap all day long. But I did have a thought that where like this is okay. That doesn't actually make the game any easier. You still have to if you're pressing different buttons every GCD, it doesn't really help. If you're Frost Mage, obviously it helps. If you're I guess if you're a Shadow Bolting Warlock, it kind of helps. But or like a healer who's spamming a couple heal casts. But I was thinking, I guess for Arcane Blast as well. Basically, this is the mage button. But the thing that I find interesting is it depends on how this works. I trust the implementation to be rock solid and to not have any of these problems. But I am really, really hoping. I'm really, really hoping that at least the initial implementation of this on alpha is really unsafe and unprotected. Because if you think about how input is like programmed, you go, well, will this only work for 1 key at a time? What happens if you say hold Ice Lance and Frostbolt at keys at the same time? Will it just take the first one? Will it just take the second one? Or will it take both? And if it does press and hold for both, will it do it in a particular order? Will it do it in the order you pressed? So can you, using your finger placements, can you do like a first come first serve rotation just by sticking like 5 things on the keyboard? Because I was thinking about how like Ret works and how Frost works. Frost a little bit less because you want to get like 2 Ice Lances into your flurry. But I was just thinking about Ret and how it's basically first come first serve. And it's like a priority system that you could obviously program pretty handy. So I was just thinking, could I just put my fingers on the keyboard in the right order and see if it will actually hold that order and just cast them all? I imagine it won't.
Hilarious.
I imagine it won't, but that would be really, really funny to me. At least like I want it to be like that for like the first iteration on alpha. So I can just sit there
Oh, no, I've
and
got
just press the 4 buttons and be like, there you go, work
You
away.
put your whole rotation on different action bar tabs.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
hold the 1 key and then use
spin
your
the
scroll
mouse,
wheel to
yeah.
spin. That would probably also
Yeah.
be really daft. But anyway,
Yeah.
they are trying to modernize some of the game feel of WoW by offering some new
Yeah.
options, and I think we very support that.